Hello everyone, and welcome!
And we're back to...
Hello everyone, and welcome to Dragon Heist. It's been a while. It's been a while indeed. When we last left off... you guys, spoke to the Blackstaff for a little bit. This was like 2 sessions actually ago, probably. Spoke to the Blackstaff a little bit. Gave feedback about Maloon War Dragon and the intellect devourer that you discovered was lurking in his noggin, thanks to your new position in the Xanathar Guild. As Xanathar's arch Major Domo, with the 4 ranks assigned to all. You then headed to the Yawning Portal for a little bit, and fully kind of appreciated the festival day. It's Fleetswick, with Umberlee's Tithe. So the whole of the actual harbour is full of flowers and like big like festivals, market stands, drinking parties, and on the far island, on the far side of the harbour, people are getting ready for this tonight's festivities where they're going to dump a big tithe into Umberlee's cache, which is right in the middle of the great harbour of Waterdeep. So the city's in full swing. However, your attention is primarily focused on the retrieval of one of these Eyes of Galore, which is currently being held by, as you suspect, rightfully so after your little face-to-face encounter with him, Jarlaxle and the Brigand the Earth, which are like a group of Drow, like mercenaries, who don't normally operate out of Waterdeep, so it does make sense that their base is not anything with a foundation. They are operating out of their little cluster of ships, which make up the kind of like parade. Sylvie hates parades. Let it be known. She don't like parades. But yeah, that makes up the Sea Maidens Fair, who are currently not on parade just yet, but I think they are going to be parading tomorrow based on the intelligence you were given. After speaking to Zelenfarn, this bronze dragon who's been living in the harbour, who you met once before. He's requested you get aboard the ship and retrieve something that was stolen from his family, a crystal ball that belonged to his mother, and if you do so, he would reward you with a few more bits and pieces. Right now, you swum out, did some reconnaissance with like briefly using a big apparatus of Qualish to cover a lot of ground underwater. You found some loot down there at the bottom of the harbour. You also killed a giant shark. which had been bothering the owner, Grinda Garloff, who was the owner of the actual apparatus of Qualish. And when we last left off, I think the dragon had taken you back to shore, I think, and was talking to you at shore. And I assume you guys have gone somewhere else after that, but I don't know. I honestly cannot remember where you went.
I'm pretty sure that we like split up and arranged that we meet up later. Like it was a rendezvous. I'm not sure when we set the time for the heist itself.
Around midday.
If it was still today or tomorrow.
But normally the captain.
It's been a long time.
The eye catcher is off with parade.
I don't remember.
Well, there are already two people
Yeah, I
in
don't
the party
remember
who are tied. Yeah.
I wonder
One
how.
of them tried to use it. Maybe something interesting would happen.
Yeah, either way we arranged that we meet up back at
I don't
the
believe it is. But it
old familiar one way or another. And
I legitimately think doing a quick scrub last episode.
You know what I mean? It's
A Bosco pocket.
I legitimately think you guys had just finished speaking to the dragon. I think you're on the dock.
Huh?
That's where we pick it up from. Zelafar is still there if you want to talk to him, but from what I can see, it looks like the competition ended, and then we went to the ending screen, so that's where we'll pick it up.
Cool.
Yeah, what would you like to do?
So, what time do you want to arrange this little heist of ours?
You would
Today,
recall that
correct?
Xenophon had told you around midday is normally when all the supplies are offloaded from the ships, and Jarlaxle is normally off with the parades whenever that is the time. The main captain, he would refer to him as, but you would platoon together that Jarlaxle will probably not be on the ship during that time. And after your last encounter with him, that might be your best chance of making it.
If assuming that our intel from our lovely dragon friend here is correct, I guess midday would be the ideal moment to seize this opportunity.
Quite possibly.
But don't you think that Jalaxo might have the stone with him and might leave the ship with the stone?
I think the stone is too precious for him to just walk around, especially when people are willing to drop fireballs from rooftops to get it. I mean, he did seem very confident and cocky, but I don't think he's that confident and cocky to prance around with such a valuable object, in Waterdeep especially.
What's the time now, roughly?
Right now, I'm going to say it's around 4 p.m.
So, how about we...
Oh, so going to the midday the next day.
How about we take the evening off, get ourselves rested and ready, and tomorrow, get ready, gear up, and do our best to take it back.
How about if we spend some time observing the ship to see
Yeah,
what the usual times the pirates leave and they come back for the ship? Maybe be able to tell.
Well, that's what we just got from the dragon, like 2 minutes ago. All of the goings and the comings. I say, why don't we just, take the evening off, but hang around here for a little bit.
Sure.
It's very lively. Lots of people having fun.
I have some business I need to sort out in the halls of justice, but that hopefully shouldn't be too long. So I'm more than happy to do that and reconvene with you shortly.
Yeah, and I
sounds good
need
to
to get back to the old familiar. I got a few things I'm working on in the attic.
Yeah, fair enough, Oscar. I don't want a fire, please.
Yeah, don't worry about it. This one, does it count as fire if you can't see it?
Yes.
No. Fire, you can see and it burns.
And
That's my thing.
You can definitely feel it if it's fire.
If there is a fire, Logan, you are putting it out, okay?
I mean, if you want to put fire, just make sure there's no one else around you. Just you.
It's fine. I'll drink plenty on the way home, just in case,
I don't really fancy having Logan pee on me, but I'm gonna go home.
Well, we'll see.
Well, if Logan's gonna go have a drink, I might as well just go and join him.
Well, I'll meet you up here in about maybe, I don't know, hour and a half.
You know as well as I do. Well, no, maybe not quite as well as I do. Time doesn't really behave normally
Yeah.
when we're drinking. So
I'll
we'll just find us in a bit.
Yeah, I'll listen to the sound of arguing and people shouting that their money has been stolen.
My friend, as long as you buy the first round, everything is okay for me.
Yes, you'll buy the second. It's fine.
Sure.
But perhaps not with your money. But
Exactly.
Well, I'll see you there then, and please don't overdo it too much. I can lead only one of you home.
la la la. Can't hear you. Bye.
Farewell. Farewell.
Logan, wait for me. Wait for me.
It's fine. You've got long legs. You can catch up.
I'll follow Logan for a drink.
Okay, yep. So you guys are going to a bar. Are you going to the yawning portal, or are you going back to the old familiar?
The only port is close enough.
It is, yes. There's also several taverns in the dock ward, all full of like celebrators, people like who are really enjoying Fleetswick, things like that. So it's a the dock ward where you are, although normally it's a bit more dingy and dark and unruly. At the minute with the festival, there's a lot more life to it, and a lot more guard presence, and as a result, it becomes a bit more pleasant place to be.
Yeah, I think we probably. I'd want to look for somewhere local, somewhere that's upmarket for the dock ward, which isn't necessarily saying much.
Yep.
You probably end up in a little tavern, kind of like, which actually it doubles as a like. Nice one. There you go. The Blue Mermaid is probably where you end up. It's kind of down on Keel Alley, just kind of around the corner from like Dar Alley and Net Street. So it's a bit kind of like a bit closer to the coast than the Skewer Dragon would be. The clientele here are normally like sailors and dockworkers looking for like a quiet place just to eat and not like, you know, get fucking too gung ho. And as a result, it doesn't really attract as much of a rough crowd, you know. So it's still a pleasant place to drink and relax. But definitely a good place to warm up for an evening, you know, as opposed to going into like, you know, the wild western, you know, like people are gonna recognize you immediately kind of thing. A lot of people come and go in this place. It's a good one to kind of have a drink uninterrupted, you know.
Cool. Yeah, good for the first one at least.
Exactly. And where the night may take you, there are plenty of taverns in the dock.
Have I been to this place before? The Blue Mermaid.
I think you've been here
First.
briefly.
Because the name does ring a bell.
Oh.
Anyway. Would they recognize anyone in there?
Looking around.
Basically, I'll be looking for someone to mingle with, you know, like just, you know, maybe some of our clients from the old familiar. Then I'll be hanging
Just
around.
make me a general perception check.
While he's doing that, I'll be getting the drinks in.
Yep, perfect. It's a tavern for sailors, so it's not overly high quality, but obviously it is Waterdeep, so the pricing isn't unbelievably cheap. It's probably coming in at a good like 5 copper for a decent pint.
And how much for a not decent pint that looks the same as my decent pint?
The swill, which is when you say that, the barkeep behind the bar picks up the like wooden trough that kind of runs underneath all the keg lines, underneath all the taps, as he pours it into a mug, which then has a nice frothy head, similar to yours, but because the mug is not transparent, you can't see the actual color of the content inside. And she gives you a dirty pint, and she charges you 1 copper for it.
A blend, he'll love it. Perfect. Yeah, I'll hand over 7 copper, so 5 and 1 and 1 for a tip.
Takes the tip very happily, gives you a little nod.
And yeah, actually, I don't have any copper, so I'll hand over a silver and just say keep it.
Fair enough. Yeah, she's very happy about that fact. She's like, thank you, love. Looking around, Sullivan, for 11. You don't see anyone who you immediately recognize. There's a couple people in here. There's maybe about like 5 other people in here at the minute. 'Cause it's still fairly early days. It's like, you know, you're here like 4, half 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
You see, it's like a dwarf woman, a male human, two. I see a number double that. 2 male humans, 2 dwarf females. Actually, not all together, mostly separate. And with one of the dwarf females, there is a male halfling as well.
Okay.
A halfling and dwarf look a little bit
anyone.
different. Yeah, no one you recognize.
Okay, I just grab the drink. Thank you so much. It's done for me. Even before like he answers, just I'll grab the mug of ale and just start drinking.
Yeah, and I'll join in with the drink.
It's,
And then drinking it. Cheers.
it's kind of cheap, Sullivan, but you know, you're in a dock ward tavern. You probably weren't expecting the nicest stuff.
It's really it's annoying. I'm like hot. But, well, it is free. Well, how can I complain? Carry on drinking.
Yes, enjoy. You're getting the next one.
I'm very suspicious of Logan. It's gonna just make sure it's not piss.
Doesn't smell like piss.
It does. Does it smell like piss?
Does not.
I was about
For
to
a
say-
change, it doesn't smell like piss.
Okay. All right. Cheers, and I'll carry drinking.
As you guys start getting the drinks in, meanwhile, Gabriella, you head up towards the like north ward of the city, heading towards the halls of justice.
Quick question as she hits there. Are there any shops that she could pawn some jewels off? I can't pronounce that word, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the marketplace would probably do.
Unless you were looking like a specific jeweler, you could definitely find a stall there that would buy them off you.
Yeah, because she, as she is going, she'd like to sell her old signet ring with her family crest.
Fair enough. Yeah, that'll probably fetch you anywhere in the realm. I think a signet ring's 10 gold, isn't it normally?
5 gold.
5 gold, so that they'll fetch you probably 2.5 gold. So 2 gold, 5 silver if you're looking at on it off.
Could she haggle? But you see, this is a limited time crest. It was only fashioned between the year 1400 and 1500. You find
Are you being honest? You lying?
She's bullshit.
Okay, then deception check.
19.
19? Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I've heard about these, yeah. Cool, and it's of House Rosnar, isn't it? Yeah, wow,
Yeah,
nice.
no, indeed.
Yeah, you could forge so many documents with this, 100%. I know some people who pay good money for that. Yeah, I'll give you 5 gold for it.
Yeah, 5 gold will suffice.
Cool. Yeah, no, amazing, good stuff. Jade, pleasure doing business. He gives you 5 gold instead for it. And you think you may have fucked your family a little bit hard there, but you know.
They fucked me first. But and after that, she will head off too.
Yep, and the halls of justice, as you normally see them, long staircase rising up, high columns that support the overarching overhang. You see the symbol of Tyr above it, and stepping inside, you see the usual. Basically, you're being familiar with now. If you kind of like look around.
Yeah, as per usual, she tips a gold piece to the.
I'd say at this point, you are. It's not even met with like a thank you from anyone. It's almost. They are so used to it now that like people have just accepted that. That is what the Gabriella does when she gets here. She gives a gold every time to the donation box. But you know, you even though you don't receive the material thanks, I suppose at the Gabriella side, like whether or not that matters anymore. But people have definitely gotten used to it now.
And after that, she'd go looking for Savra to talk about the arrangement they made, the dead body in the cellar.
Yes, indeed. And seeking Savra out, you would find that she is actually in the an area of the temple you've not been to before. She's down in one of the lower levels, and as you're kind of guided down in that direction, you find yourself in this big open like training hall space. You see big standing training dummies, and Savra is there with her. I think she wields a longsword and shield. Check for purposes. Ooh. Yes, she wears a great sword, actually, no shield. So she's got this big, heavy great sword, and she's like slashing into these like trainee dummies in front of her, and like really just getting her form and shape. She doesn't need to see like she hears you coming, as you're.
She will politely wait until she finishes her sets off before saying anything.
Trains for another, good 5-10 minutes or so, finishes her like routine, stops, turns to get like a drink of water and clocks you. I was like, how long have you been standing there?
Oh, I didn't want to interrupt you, so I don't know, 4 minutes. I
Fair
know
enough.
how much I know how much I hate being interrupted when I do my duties, so felt like I'd extend the courtesy.
Fair dues. She kind of like slicks back her brown hair, which is like heavy wet with sweat. What do I have the pleasure of, Gabriella?
Oh, firstly, I wanted to, say hi. Secondly, do you recall the body I had moved here?
Yes. How could I forget such a thing?
Fair enough. I believe I managed to find the sufficient funds we arranged on.
Perfect. I have it down in the Undercroft.
Just to be transparent, you did say 250 or something like that, right?
Yes, we were going to make up the difference. I've managed to acquire the rest.
Thank you so much. This means a lot to me. It's hard to explain, but yeah. 250. Yep, got it right here.
Enough.
If you could just accompany me and the priest who will be doing the honors, I won't take up much of your time.
You go with her. She takes leisure in the Undercroft. There's a priest assigned to you as well, who comes with, and they begin performing the Raise Dead ritual, which will take a little bit of time.
How long does it?
It's 1 hour.
Oh. Right, she will just sit there and wait for as long and help out if there's anything they need, bring water so they can drink while they do the ritual and without interrupting and stuff like that.
Yeah, like it's just like a slow build, really, of actually like how it all gets sorted. But you do manage to get everything all settled down and make sense of it all, which is good after some time. Grand. So from memory, this was one of the Zentarim from the hideout in the alleyway you found, right? When you were looking for leads.
Yes, it was a Zentrum, and she was unceremoniously killed when she was tied up by Sullivan, so that's why she's reviving her.
The spell begins to end, and you watch as the big mortal wounds, the hole in the front of her head and the back of her head close over. It doesn't restore any missing body parts, but she only had her legs broken quite badly, so that does heal. And yeah, you see she kind of comes around and she comes back at 1 hit point. She's very badly injured, and she kind of looks around in a haze, confused, and it doesn't really it seems a little bit out of it, I think it's fair to say.
Sarah, would you mind leaving us two alone for a bit, please?
Of course. If you need anything, I'll be right outside the door. And she steps out.
Yes, of course.
And you hear it
Thank you.
lock behind you. The priest also will leave. So you're alone in this kind of little morgue almost in the Undercroft.
Okay, Gabriel will take a seat in front of her, cross-legged, so she doesn't look down on her. Just take a seat. So, welcome back to the land of the living.
I was dead, wasn't I?
Yep.
It all went cold, and then it just felt like I blacked out, and now I'm here. But I feel like she feels her legs like they don't hurt anymore. I'm still at peace.
Indeed. Just for the record, I have no qualms killing people, but I do have qualms killing unarmed and incapacitated prisoners like yourself at the time. So, perhaps consider. I don't know. Anyhow, she pulls out. Check how much gold she has left. She pulls out a pouch of 10 gold pieces and slides over to the floor. I'll arrange that you can rest at the temple until you are more healthy, and after that you have two choices. Either you can return to your old life in I believe it was the Zentarum, and if I or any of my colleagues ever run into you again, I will not be so merciful. Or you can use the gold I give you to leave the city, start a new life. A clean slate. Your choice.
What's the catch?
No catch. Leave.
Alright. She leans forward, picks up the bag of coins. Like, counts them, like, just as she closes it up again. Make me a persuasion check with advantage, please, Gabriella.
Mm-hmm. 25.
5. She nods and goes, the fact that you brought me back and not anyone from the Zentrum really shows where loyalty truly lies, I suppose.
Perhaps. Before we part ways, though, what's your name? Just if I ever hear of your tall tales from across the land.
Averine is my name. Averine Wind River.
Well, Everine Wind River, I wish you the best of luck in your new life.
Can I ask you a question if that's not too bold?
Of course.
What were you doing there? You briefly interrogated me, but it was very brief. And then I was dead, I suppose.
Yes, well, as in at the moment, or while I was with the people I was with?
In general, why were you there? What was your reasoning? Were you looking for us?
Not really. We are, as you may know, the great game's afoot. We heard you had a hideout, and we presumed you might have some information. Unfortunately, my colleagues proved a bit overzealous, if we put it lightly. We did find leads in the prisoner that you're keeping, if you recall.
Fair enough. Well, maybe this will help you then. If you're looking for whoever is heading up our side of that little street war, they're in the Kolat Towers.
Kolat Towers.
Yes.
Is that a U or an O?
O. Kolat. Kolat.
K, not the C, thank you. Kolat Towers. I presume that will be well guarded, perhaps.
Very well guarded indeed. If you were going to get in, you would need a pass amulet. They're silver discs with the initials DK on them.
DK.
Yes.
Very well.
I had one, but it appears to be gone.
Yes, I believe it was probably taken off at the mortuary assistant.
Possibly.
Or by one of my comrades. Hard
You
to
would
say.
also need to get to the inner sanctum. You would need a ring. It's like a signet ring. I believe it works as some kind of teleportation. They have an M on. You would need to be looking for one of the mages probably to get that off. All we generally are told is not to enter the outer tower or go above the 3rd level of the main tower.
Where are these towers located? Or would Gabrielle know?
The Kolat Towers? Make me a history check, Gabrielle.
Ooh. Noble background coming out. 22.
Nice.
So the Kolat Towers are in the southern ward. They're 2 large towers connected by a rickety bridge on the 2nd floor. And they are like an old wizard residence, Gabriella, you definitely be familiar with. It's kind of just off Slop Street. Would you like me to pull up the main map?
If you'd be so kind, I'd appreciate that.
So you want to be looking all the way down the southern ward to Slop Street. I just pinged. And the Kolat Towers are there. Right next to Helm's Hall. Near where the old Zublob shop was. So it's all quite close together to that original area you're in. But yeah, you're very familiar with it. It's like an old mage's tower. Basically 2 towers connected together. And and it's like surrounded by a stone wall. You remember? But it's like it's old. You know, it's
Great, thanks.
you would know as well. People have tried to have it killed, in particular, have tried to have it condemned, but never have managed to succeed.
Well, thank you so much for this information. Is there anything else you'd wish to ask me, tell me?
I don't really know much else apart from the leader of our group. I don't know if you know them.
No, I'm not aware. Who would he be?
If you're looking for the leader of the Zentarim, you're looking for Manchun.
Manchun? I think I've heard that name before.
He's the one who seems unable to be killed. Always comes back.
Well, we'll see what my companions will have to say about that. Anyhow, if that's it, then again, thank you. And she get up, stretch her back, look around.
I'll rest here for a couple of days and then I'll vanish. Luckily, I think everyone I'm associated with will believe me dead.
Indeed. Just avoid the old familiar tavern. My colleagues are there very often, so you wouldn't want to be caught out. Anyway, best of luck with your new start. And she'd extend her hand, just for a handshake.
She shakes your hand and then just like nods. Goes, do me a favor.
Yes.
You said you agree with killing in the right circumstances.
Yes.
Kill all those selfish bastards.
I'll do my best.
I'm not asking you to promise. I'm just asking you to do me a favor. But you've already maybe done enough.
Well, again. Well, maybe we'll see each other again sometime. Why not?
Maybe. This whole coming back to life thing hurts.
Yeah. Well, farewell and best of luck. And she gives a small bow and head out.
Stavros kind of leaning up against the wall. She steps out. She goes, "Get everything you came for?"
More than I bargained for, actually.
Oh, got a new girlfriend, have we?
No, I came here to, let's put it lightly, repair some past misdeeds. And I even got some information about the second Zentarum gang. Might be interesting.
Dinner and a show. Well done.
If you say so. Again, but if you'd be interested in what I found, we might want to coordinate small, force against these Zents. I know they've been on your radar for a bit.
Maybe. They've kind of eased up ever since you dealt with them up in the field ward. That's something to keep an eye out for, I guess.
But just before I leave, does the name Manchun ring a bell, perhaps?
Manchun. Allow me to
The
think.
unkillable.
Yes. He's some kind of boogeyman, almost. I think he's like the leader of the Black Network, isn't he?
But presumably, yes.
I believe he something before the spell plague, a long time I remember reading about it. I think there was a lot of clones of him or something, or lots of him, maybe a big family, but there was a lot of him anyway. Which made him very difficult to be rid of. But I think he's been quiet for some time.
Well, yeah, apparently he's the one heading this second splinter cell.
Maybe something to look for.
Anyhow, thanks again. This was a huge favor, and I hope I'll be able to repay it in the future. If you need any, services, let us know.
If you keep coming for another year, you'll have already paid back the temple what they put out for you. So
That's fair. Depends where I'll be in a year. Hopefully, still alright.
Trust. Anything else, Gabriella?
Not really. Things going well at the temple?
Fairly well as they can be. We make do.
I'm glad to hear that then. But I guess we'll just stay for a bit of small talk and then head back to the docks, listening out to the sounds of angry shouts and drunken singing from Logan.
Meanwhile, are Logan and Sullivan drinking to excess?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
D100s, please.
It's back. The table's back.
Sullivan, 94 for Logan. So, Sullivan, you
Oh no, God.
Gabriella goes around the dock ward. She can't find any of you. Eventually, she goes back to the old familiar and rests. Sullivan, you wake up to the sound of bells filling your ears. And you're like, fuck, you know, you're a headache and hungover. And you look around and you realize there's people to your left and right. And to your front, you see a sea of people. You look down at yourself. You're not wearing your normal clothes. You're wearing these long, flowing robes, and it takes you to where we are. But you're in the Temple of Tyr. You're in the Halls of Justice right now, stood in the choir, and everyone stands up and is getting ready to sing a hymn.
Hi. What the?
It's page 27, child. An old man next to you is over.
But God, what? Okay, page what? What page? I think there's a big mistake in here, my friend. What did this close?
Oh, you said that you wish to join the temple and worship. You said you were a great singer of kind.
Me?
Came in just a couple of hours ago. Yes, you were very tired.
I mean, I can sing a little bit, but I wouldn't say the greatest singer, but you know, I can maybe sing a few words if you want. If you really, really want me to do it, I can do it, but it's not that kind of music.
Well, and then you hear the music kick up, and then they begin to sing, like, you know, like, oh, dear, oh, like a real kind of like, moving your lips to time. Yeah.
Start me kind of shuffling my way to the side.
After the service ends, Sullivan, I assume you slip back and make your way home, and luckily your clothing and attire is all still easily found. It's in your new lodging in the Temple of Tyr as you've signed over yourself to holy life. Worryingly though, it takes you a while to find your money. It looks like they were trying to get you to donate it all to give up all your personal possessions.
No.
But you do manage to get it back after explaining the misunderstanding. But yeah.
Is that like a donation box or anything like that?
Yeah, well, Gabriella always puts money in the donation box in my past. You've actually put money in there before. You put a copper in there before.
Is anyone watching me?
Yes. But you can attempt to stealth over to it and steal from the little church
That's
shard.
exactly what I'm gonna do. As I'm coming out.
It is like in the middle. It's like on the wall at the side, and I think up halfway up the aisle. So it's like it is in the area.
I tried to go like that, and then like maybe like a little dagger behind my neck, just behind my back. Just try to get the knife in there.
Okay. Make me a stealth check to see if you can get up to the box unnoticed, and then a sleight of hand check to try to pry it open. You get it there very slowly, Sullivan. No one's noticed you. Lean against the wall. You get the dagger in there. You pop it open, and you are given away only by the sound of hundreds of coins from the earlier service spilling on the floor, and everyone's heads turned towards you as you're there, like.
Oh, it wasn't me. I swear it was there. I just touched it. It broke. I'm telling the truth.
A deception check. Yep. Somehow they all, and then one of the priests like, of course, this new child of our flock would never steal from here.
Of
Don't be
course,
silly.
don't worry.
He
Let me
knows
help
he will
put
be
this money
judged
back
so
in the
heavily.
box.
Yes, indeed. Let's sweep up all the money and put it back, and we'll get this repaired. And
Don't let me do it. Let me sweep up the money for you. Don't worry. Yes, I'll sweep up the money. And I'll sweep up money. I'm trying to like slide a few coins into my.
make me another sleight of hand check. This time at disadvantage because people have come to help you because you know you are such a kind member of the fold. You know.
God.
Number 9. Unfortunately, they see you slicking up your sleeve and like, oh, some appear to have gone up your sleeve, child. Like they still believe the lie fully. They cannot see any evil in Sullivan. No bad is in this man.
I'm so sorry. How did you get in there? I need to get tighter sleeves.
It appears your boots are full. Hang on, let me takes it off. Shing, shing, shing. Oh dear, not all of this could be ours. Some of this must be yours.
It must have fell into my shoes when it dropped from the box. I'm so sorry, Father. I didn't.
Yeah, they tied it up. Unfortunately, Sullivan, you walk away no gold richer from this experience.
I just threw the fucking robes in the fucking bin and just run over to what the fuck just happened last night? Oh my god. What did Logan do to me this time?
Logan, you wake up, however, in a like central atrium room, a dark room. You see all the candles all burnt out. There's a pen in your hand and a note, but the handwriting isn't yours. It is a letter to you from it's a letter from someone who Logan would have had as a... I would say, has Logan ever suffered, like, Logan has probably had a lot of lovers in his time, but did Logan ever have anyone he was, like, truly considered loved?
Yes.
And would it be fair to say...
Probably one person, but they're not alive anymore.
Okay, perfect, because that literally what I was going to say, would it be fair to say that, did it end, if it was like love, was it like an end or like a fight, like a conflict, or was it like they were lost of like maybe battle or like even just like general health complications or whatever like that? But yeah, if they died, you see the handwriting isn't yours. You recognize it instantly. It is the handwriting of that individual, and it is a letter to you from them, and it is detailing fond memories and talking about how well you're doing and how proud they are of you. And as you look around and take it in a bit more, you realize you're in like the communal lodge of like a kind of like esoteric order. You see like big iconography on the walls and like, you know, like hail the death, like proclaim the cross, like, and you're like, so like you're like, I got into some fucking freaky deaky ritual shit last night, but the letter is sincere and genuine, and you're holding the pen and you see it there written, and the handwriting is unmistakably not yours, and definitely it is so, it's so similar to theirs. And maybe it's a little bit of tweaking to it, but like, you know, it's as if, you know, someone had momentarily guided your arm, you know?
Normally I join these cults for the orgies, but this is this is different. He'll read it, probably get about a third of the way through, and then just cry.
Yeah. And you're alone. There's no one else here. You've been left to your own devices, and yeah, you have this private moment to yourself.
Yeah, he'll make his way through it. He's not the fastest reader, as people have probably guessed. He will probably give it a full read through to the point where he can make it all the way through without breaking into tears, and then fold it very carefully and put it sort of under his breastplate, and then try to figure out a way home.
Yep, and you stumble out, you find yourself, you're actually down the south ward. It'll take you some time to get back up to the north ward of the Old Familiar, but you do eventually find your way back there. And all of you reconvene, probably in and around the hour window when you'd normally all sit for breakfast. Bosco is there at the table when you come down. He's tinkering at something at the table, and that kind of gives every table around him like an abandoned berth of any regulars who come in at this point, as they are aware that Bosco's presence will always go to plan. You see there's a strong presence of lizard folk in the tavern, which probably means Vythe is on duty this morning. And the smell of burning meat from the kitchen definitely suggests so.
The lovely welcoming smell of a Tuesday.
I slept like shit last night, so coffee? I think that's what people drink. Do it without the milk in. Let's see what that's like.
Oh god, you're gonna be running up the walls.
Look, what?
Doubt it.
Do you remember anything that happened last night at all?
Yes. So, funny story. We all kind of carved our initials onto these little tokens, threw them in a bowl, and imagine like a slave auction, but for weird organizations, and they just kind of palmed us off. No, I don't actually remember. I woke up in a cult headquarters, lots of triangles with eyes on them and lines through the eyes, but yeah, no, nothing weird happened at all.
Okay. Well, I had a very normal night. Nothing happened to me. Just asking. Make sure you're okay.
You had a normal night, Sullivan.
Yes, I had a drink. I met someone. I slept nicely. Woke up and came home.
What, you slept with someone?
Should we tell Bonnie or not?
Are they a wet dog
No.
fanatic or what?
My friend, I didn't have time to ask her name.
Oh, that quick. Okay, got it. He's probably asleep before he even opened his mouth.
Well, while you two were having your fun, I actually managed to secure some rather crucial intelligence about the second splinter group of the Zentuin.
Do you not have an off button? Just let me have my coffee,
Oh,
so I can at least pretend to listen to you and understand what on earth you're going on about.
well, I don't have to
What's the name of the spirit? Branch, twig, tree, trunk. What's his name?
They are the Zentrum, but they are led by different persons.
No. The invisible one that works here. What's his name?
Leaf?
Leaf. That's it. I knew I was close. Leaf. Wherever you are, black coffee, no milk. 7 sugars. Is that about right? 7 or 8?
7 sugars.
7 sugars. Yes, what Gabriella said. Thank you. No idea if you've heard me. I'm just gonna look towards the bar.
Just go like in
area.
a dark corner in the room. Put the cards in.
Yeah, as soon as the coffee comes over, he takes a nice big swig of it.
It's hot, so very hot.
Yeah,
Hot coffee.
bitter, very sweet. It's like amazing. Our human stuff is the best. All right, Gabriella. What did you get?
Well, long story short, do you remember the prisoner that you unceremoniously killed off in the?
I didn't know such thing. I just gave them a little bonk on the head.
Yeah. Well,
with a pick.
I had her revived, and as an act of gratitude, she told me a lot of spicy details about their operation, including where they run from, who is their boss, and how to get in.
Oh, nice. We need to revive more people. This is pretty good.
Yeah,
Can you do that now? Oh.
No, it cost me 250 gold.
Okay.
And a lot of good faith. That was like half the price. Yeah, so... But so, long story short, Sullivan, you like forging documents. You finally have your chance.
Go on, tell me.
Do you think you could be able to forge special silver amulets with the initials DK? About, this big?
What about this amulet? What about this amulet? What is it so important?
It's a pass amulet into the place where the Zentrum run their operation from, the Splinter Group. Interesting.
It just so happens I've got one of these amulets. Oh. And then I bring the amulet out, and I actually have some. I don't know where I got it from.
You got it from her. It's her amulet. You took it off her body. Yep.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's amulet over here. Oh. I mean, why fake one if you can have the actual real one?
Fair enough. Well, we also need a signet ring with the initial M. It's some kind of... This one we can't forge, I believe, or from what I understood, the mages use it to operate the teleportation network. You remember those obelisks that we ran into?
Yes.
Yeah, that thing. He used the ring a different shape, I think. This is their own. So we need to catch one of their mages off guard.
Sally, can I have a look at that amulet, please?
Yep.
Bosco, take it quickly.
Who's asking?
Bosco.
Yes, go ahead. But be careful, huh? Looks
Checks it,
expensive.
looks it over, and you see he casts detect magic. He goes like, "Yeah, this is magical as well. So, I mean, you might need to find some way to replicate it. I don't really have any way to identify to work out exactly what it is, but maybe."
Also, Tim, can I go a question? With the forgery kit, what can I forge with the forgery kit?
Forgery kit is primarily documents and things.
No trinkets, nothing like rings, necklaces. nothing
I
like
believe it only contains ink, parchment, quills, wax, things like that. It's specifically made for like writing forgeries, like forging documents and things.
Okay.
If you're looking to like make amulets stuff like that, that's gonna be like smith's tools or jeweler's tools. You know, like serious.
I get you. Okay, yeah, I get you. Okay.
But forgery is specifically the act of forging someone's like legislation or like forging writing or forging documents. You know, fake passports and shit. You know, that's what it is.
Gotcha. And lastly, they're running their operation from the old Kola Towers. You know, those high wizard-looking ones, abandoned. They are near the old Zobob shop. We passed them.
Oh, the ones that look exactly like a weird secret lair.
Yeah, those.
Oh, who'd have thunk it? Eh?
Yeah,
Who would have thought it? Exactly.
who would thought? And the last tidbit of information is that the leader of this Splinter Cell is called Manchun. Apparently, he can't die, or whenever he dies, he just comes back.
I think I've heard his name. Have we heard his name before? It was the first time.
Yeah,
I
I
heard
was-
it.
History check if you like.
History check.
20? Yeah, you've
22.
definitely heard of Manchun. Manchun's been around for hundreds of years. Sullivan, he's a very powerful mage. He used like things like clones of himself to be able to be in multiple places at once, and as a result, he's very difficult to get rid of. Because he kept duplicating himself. Not most of his clothes have been destroyed. So there's very few left. If that makes sense.
I've heard of this name Mushu before. That fella that goes around making clones of himself to make it looks like he's immortal.
Yeah,
So I've been told. But
Yeah,
no,
that's
this is what
what-
the story goes.
yeah, that's what Savra told me as well. So there must be some truth to it.
Well, I heard the stories of people or entities living forever. That's one way I'm guessing.
Yeah. So
Does
So,
he have any like loved ones or anything he cares about that we can put in mortal peril?
no idea.
Oh, okay, half a
I
story.
mean,
Would I know anything with 20 history? Hunter? No.
About what specifically, sorry?
Anything if he's got anyone that he cares for or anything like that?
Manchun.
And if or any sort of I don't know.
Most of
someone that-
Manchu's like ties and stuff are probably all dead, considering the fact that he was born over 200 years ago, and was, you would say, recorded dead over 100 years ago, but then has these clones keep popping up of him. So although he's dead, there just keeps coming back.
Yeah. I would assume someone like him has been allegedly dead for a long time. Don't really have anyone that he cares for, except perhaps power or I don't know, greed or whatever drives him. But I don't think he's got anyone like that.
yeah,
I think so.
I would be inclined to agree, honestly. Well, anyway, that's all I managed to find out, but I think it gives us enough to look into after we finish off our ship business.
Okay, so what's the plan of the ship then? How are we gonna get in there?
Well,
Didn't we agree this, yesterday afternoon when we were talking to the dragon? I'm sure we worked out a full plan.
And I'm afraid but the hangover is
to get
kicking
in
in so bad that I can't really.
You
think that
agreed
moment.
you would come. I think you would try to get aboard the ship at midday. But there was a lot of debacle of like whether or not you want to go straight for the submarine underneath or like to get aboard the ship proper. And how you do that, you do have access to the apparatus of Kawalish for one final day with Grinda at your behest. And the dragon Zelifar did say that at 12 midday is when they leave the ships and begin getting set up for the parade. Ready for 1, they parade around, and then they come back. So you have like a 3-hour window before they'd be back aboard.
Do we have any more of those water breathing potions?
I think
I think we had 1 each and we used 2.
I'll check boss.
Did we use them?
I know I used mine.
Well, at least there was 3 of us that stayed in the
3 of you crammed in
the pod. So I think we might have only used 1. Me, Bosco, and Gabriella still got theirs.
Yeah, Bosco has his.
Yeah, Gabriella has hers as well. So
Bosco also has a Dust of Dryness, which he'll offer up. But that's the only magical item he has on him.
Oh,
And he'd say, this might help if you get into a situation. I'm going to stay here. Google's been acting funny, and I worry for Money might explode.
Oh, fair enough. We
I hope he
want
does.
the tavern to go up in
Oh,
flames.
no, you know what I'm saying? You hope he does. Murr.
I mean,
Murr, murr,
I mean,
murr.
listen, if it breaks, you just build another shit one anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
if he blows up, I hope he does it somewhere else. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, because it'd be.
I would not want Google to blow up here.
I don't think
Okay.
Leaf would appreciate the mess that shit would bring into.
I don't know. It depends how big it is. He might end up with some new ghost friends, you know. Well, I probably shouldn't say that too loud around the patrons.
Google doesn't have a soul. He's an object. He's practically an object.
Yeah, not Google. I'm on about the 15 customers we got in.
Ah.
They're all lizard folk, though, so, you know, no biggie. Ooh, I should not say that out loud.
Yeah, you should not say that out loud.
Okay, so I guess we go get prepared and then make our way to the docks.
Yes. The question is if we want to, do a combined assault with, all of us using the apparatus of Kavalish or sneak in on one of the ships. I believe all of us can disguise pretty well as the gods. Me with my illusions, and Sullivan can make himself and you, Logan, look pretty akin to the crew.
Yes, I can use my disguise kit to make myself look like one of those sailors.
There is no way that he is putting makeup on me. No. I'll look after myself.
Well, I'm gonna get dressed then, I guess. I'm gonna use my disguise kit, try to dress up like one of the
Sure, make
sailors.
me let's just call it a general. You're proficient in, I assume, so let's call it a performance check. So it'll be like based on your charisma.
Performance check.
Yeah, it's like spending time putting the makeup on, making yourself look like the character, adjusting your form and stance, things like that.
You
You can add proficiency to it if you.
Can I do what?
If you aren't proficient in that, but I think you are, I was to say you could add.
No, I am proficient. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, then you put together a very convincing human sailor disguise that would match that of the sailors of the Sea Maidens Fair.
How about this, Gabriella?
Pretty good.
I can even do my voice like this. No one will ever realize it is the
No
great
one,
Sullivan.
no one will ever know. She will snap her fingers and disguise herself to look like a sailor.
Well, some of us need to work hard for our talents, my friend. No, it doesn't happen just a click of fingers like that.
It has its benefits, but it can't outdo the wonders of makeup. I can contest that.
Logan will reconvene with them after just doing his makeup very slightly differently. So
They're like different side. That's it.
yeah, so his beret has been rotated about 5 degrees, but it's barely perceptible. His hair at the front he's brought down to be kind of like a bit of a swoopy fringe, and that's about it. Exactly the same clothes.
Whenever you said that, I was imagining like he comes out like smoky eyeliner on, like that's it. That's all he see.
Oh god.
Captain Jack Sparrow, like.
Ooh. So.
Yeah, I'll be fine. There's going to be nobody around. It's
I mean,
fine.
I could help a little bit, make it look a little bit better if you want.
I'm
Look-
sure you could, if only you'd build up a modicum of trust with me over the past few weeks.
Come on.
But no, pissed it all away, and if it goes wrong, it's your fault. So come on, let's go.
Logan, and would you
At
let
least
me?
put a mask on or something. I don't know, my friend. Your clothes are the same. Your hat is still the same.
I've turned my hat around
Oh, you turn your
Logan?
hat around.
a
Okay.
little.
My friend, it look barely recognizable now.
Hear me out, Logan. Do you trust me enough to do you up a bit?
Yes, absolutely.
Selvin, can I borrow your disguise kit, pretty please?
Sure, of course. Take it.
Thank you. And Gabrielle, she's not proficient, but you said a performance check. She'd do her best to.
I will help her as well.
Logan isn't very good at staying still. He's moved about a bit. He's moved about a bit during this, and
So
he's,
flat roll.
like, bumping around a bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's uncomfortable with people touching him.
Yeah, I'll do a flat roll.
It's a thing where they go to do like your water line and they're like, oh, like they're crying.
Yeah.
I swear to Logan, if it wasn't too
Logan, stay still. You can't
If you keep
You're
flinching, I'm
getting
gonna
too
keep
close.
stabbing you in the eye.
No, no,
Ah, fuck!
If you stay still, you're gonna make it easy. But look, I'm gonna
Get
take an eye out in a minute.
Fucking weird hand away from me.
if it wasn't so costly, I'd cast hold person on you.
Look, I'll try to hold his head still. Come on, quick. 1, 2, 3, go. Go, do
Don't you
it.
fucking do it.
And
Do it,
sure,
do it.
I'll add a d6 to that.
So for I think you are going to get helped by Sullivan, but I'm gonna say Logan being such a bad boy in the chair makes it a flat roll.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'll add a d6.
It's like
D4.
taking a 7-year-old for his first ever
Try to
haircut.
restrain Logan.
When it's
No,
well
do it.
overdue.
Do it.
A 9. You both his eyes are very bloodshot. The brush has gone in them a good bit. Like it needs blended out more, but fuck, he's such a pain to like fucking get anything on. Like he's unrecognizable in the sense that he doesn't look fucking human that much.
Clown.
Yeah, it's
fucking
big.
horrible.
It's like big. Like he made his lips a lot bigger and his nose a lot like redder.
Just don't look in the mirror, Logan, and you'll be fine.
No. Listen, okay. Whatever I drank this morning, I desperately need to go to the toilet now. When I come back, I'll try and just blend this in a little. Okay, just okay. I'm gonna go, and he's gonna run upstairs, sort of with his knees half bent, just very awkwardly, needing that coffee poo for the first time in his life. And yeah, when he comes back down, he will have probably fixed it up a bit, with his makeup skills, and probably a little closer to what you were aiming for, whatever that may have been. I'm
Yeah.
still bloodshot though.
Drunken sailor, bloodshot eyes. It's a feature.
I will say, Logan, we know that he has a little bit of help with his appearance. So I think using that help, he definitely is able to cover up your mistakes, I suppose, and make it look a little bit more refined. But yeah, you would say, Gabriella, make me an Arcana check. I think you've seen it now
Arcana
twice.
check. Ooh. Arcana.
Enough for you to pick something up on, I think.
8.
Hit. Fuck. He's really good at makeup. That's what you picked up on. No, but
Okay,
you
right.
would know that whatever glamour's affecting him, it's probably you wouldn't even say it's as powerful as like a disguise self. It's probably more like a cantrip or like some kind of like glamour weave almost equivalent. Like it's like a little minor magic item, maybe you think. Like it's nothing
Yeah, she shrugs, yeah.
very common in noble circles to use things like that.
Yeah. So, well, that's it. So I guess, did we arrange with our dragon friend for distraction, by the way?
Yes, midday. He's gonna cause shit.
I'm trying, if you talk about distraction, look at his face. That's a big distraction right there. Everyone's gonna look at him, can just sneak past. Don't worry.
Listen, Sullivan, I get that you never turned a person's head in your life, okay? But, if we're going to use a dragon for a distraction, we might as well, let it happen. And so should we go get the little, the underwater thingy bobby?
Wait, and are we going to be using it if we're disguised? I thought we were going to be going from like top down.
I mean, I'm happy to go down from the top.
To be fair, the question is how we get on the ship.
Very good question. I don't have the answer. Good luck. I'll leave that to the brains.
I mean, if we're going to use the thing that's going to go underwater, and then once we get close to the ship, we submerge, and then we make our way to the ship, and then we blend into the crowd. I mean, we will blend in. I don't know about him.
Don't you think that they will notice a submersible vehicle approaching their ship?
It's going to go underwater, so I don't think they'll see us.
Oh yes, because that makes it going to be great if we have to swim up to the side of the ship.
How about, and hear me out, we wait for one of the ships that's taking the crew to the shore, and we say that we are being stationed back to the ship.
Sounds like a good plan. Or maybe we can steal one of the boats, and then we can make our way back to the ship.
Or that. I would maybe first try talking our way into it.
Exactly. We wait for the sailors to come on shore, and then once they leave the boat, we take it, and then we go.
That works. All right, let's get moving.
Okay, so you guys start heading down towards the dockport.
Yes.
Doesn't take you that long to get there. A cab probably, and a couple of silver later, and you're down there. Or you can go on foot if you prefer.
Definitely get a taxi.
Yeah, we're getting a cab.
Alrighty. You arrive at the docks. You see the ships all in the harbour. You see you've arrived. I'm going to say, for argument's sake, you've probably arrived just around midday or so. So the harbour is especially abuzz. People are coming and going. You see big caged animals being unloaded from like the larger ships. Like the Eye Catcher is far away, but the Hellraiser and the other one, which I keep fucking forgetting the name of, is a bit closer. Actually, physically unloading like animals, and you see Nimble Rights being unloaded. Like there's a big parade. The Heartbreaker is the other one. And yeah, there was a few robots and things as well that are coming from the Eye Catcher itself, but they're not as common. Most of the stuff seems to be coming from the other two vessels.
Okay, so are we going to wait for one of the vessels to come through and then we go to the ship, or are we going to take the... Okay. Let's try to blend in and look around.
I think it'll be much easier to explain why we are approaching in a rowboat and instead of, an apparatus.
Okay, I mean, we can... Okay, let's go.
Right, she falls down.
And then I'll start probably scouting around for like maybe like a boat or something, or ship or something that can come to shore. Appears to be coming from the Wavebreaker.
The Eye Catcher is what you're
Eye Catcher.
Could Gabrielle assist him?
Yep.
Pointing out like, I think that has the signature on it. Signet on it.
13? Yeah, you see one coming in. It's kind of just off the main group. Kind of comes up to a small little area, and you see a cluster of people dismount. And as they get out, you recognize... you see a moment's pause to try to work out exactly whom you're dealing with. But you do, in fact, see the very familiar figure of Zardoz Zord and his immediate entourage around him, all in their human disguises. Zardoz Zord does have his nice little kind of like sun umbrella that he kind of brings on, his little like parasol. He's like a very charismatic man. He's having a great time, and he's just like, yeah, and he's like, in people's streets, like, oh, Zardoz, so we love you. It's like, oh, you're very welcome. And it's like, I don't know who those people are, and they just keep going on. Like, it's like, yeah, definitely has a bit of a rapport with the locals, even though they've only been here a short time.
Okay, I think that's our chance then, my friend.
Yeah, let's just wait till he walks around the corner. You saw what he did to you in the sewer, right?
No, I don't remember.
I do. Let's wait till he walks around the corner.
How many people is in the ship?
On a rowboat, you can fit like 4 or
rowboat.
5 comfortably.
Okay.
Right now, everyone dismounts bar one, who appears to just set up, lights a pipe, and it's just kind of sat there, just like.
Right.
And they mingle out with the crowd, and then they go over, and you begin to hear things like, oh no, you have to make sure you've closed the elephant enclosure. What you're doing is going rampage. Just a lot of back and forth, and
And I'm assuming, obviously, I'm looking as close as possible to this sailor guys, this pirates, whatever they're called, right? Me and Gabriella, maybe. Not Logan so much, but
Well, should I go and try and chat him up to let us take a trip
then we
back?
can just pretend to say the boss is calling him over there, and then we can just.
Yeah. I'll just say that we are needed back on the ship.
And then the back of the ship, and the boss is asking. Yeah. Maybe say the boss asking for to go and see him, and then we need to go back to the ship.
I wouldn't direct him to the boss because he's right around the corner. How about we just say that we are ordered to return to the ship, so that he should take us down.
first of all, can I get everyone to make me a stealth check, please, using your charisma modifier instead of your dex, please.
Ah, fuck.
So if
So
you're
would that
proficient
be-
in stealth, just roll a charisma check and add whatever your +2 is. No, you're
Okay.
I'll just
You're
roll
there.
d20. There we go.
Oh, wherever I am, maybe I also need to be stealthy.
So charisma +2, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. +2, 22.
22. And Logan? Logan,
I'm going to need to be AFK for just a few minutes.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's fine. I will roll it on Logan's behalf then.
Cheers.
Dum.
Can someone roll me a d20, please, and I'll just add his modifiers on.
Yeah.
Oh, but the 20. The pop. Oh,
That's
no!
a +6. So an
Don't me. It fits the costume.
does. I'm gonna say, Gabriella, Shadowclaw, and Logan. It's all just I say advantage because the costumes were a success, so you would have had a benefit from that. So roll your both again, and then we'll roll one more d20 for him as well, and see if we can get any higher than a 10 that he is at the minute.
Nope. Still 20.
Yeah.
Gabriella's is the same. And roll me one more d20, someone for
Good run out, Gabriella.
Logan.
I'll try.
Much better, 22. So 24, 20 to 22, average 22.
He must have good charisma, though.
He does. He's got a +4 to his charisma. He's a paladin.
Yeah.
Charismatic as fuck party. Look at all those charisma scores.
Yeah.
And then it's a social campaign,
Just
baby.
a charming group of dudes.
Yes.
But yeah, so
Bullshit
you
theory.
you saunter up with confidence. You blend in well with the group. Like you help out like someone who's like a crate's fall, and you help him put it back up again. You really intermingle with the crew. Although none of them really immediately recognize you. It's kind of like in Hitman, where it's like you're disguised. If one of the captains sees me, I'm fucked. But like the rest of the crew, I'm fine with. Like they just accept that I'm working hard, so I must be a new member or something.
I'm just looking for the white dot above the head.
Yeah, literally, you're like, "Oh, anyone of rank who might spot me, I fucked up." Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you managed to get all the way to the rowboat, and the guy kind of looks up, like, while smoking, he's like, "You good?"
The captain sent us, sending us back to the boat. Says we will be better used there. Could you take us?
Yes,
and they said-
make me a
they said
persuasion check, please.
It has to be big. Fairly quickly, my friend. Fairly quickly. Can I help him?
With persuasion, with advantage, yeah.
All right. 21.
Fucking hell, +9 persuasion. Jesus Christ.
Expertise, baby. I can add d6 to that if needed.
I will
D4.
roll this guy's. Just give me a record old.
How many times can you roll that? Is it only if you fail? 5.
No. I have to roll in advance. I think, and it's a D4 twice per long rest.
Well, then, do you want to roll it in advance before I roll?
Hold up, I'll read. Whenever the wearer uses, whenever he fails an ability check. So no, I can do it afterwards.
Yep, they believe you. Alright, sure, I'll get you over. Come on then, hop aboard. And they
Thanks.
climb back in the rowboat, and they row you out in the direction of the eye catcher. You find yourselves out in the middle of the actual bay itself. As you're kind of going, the water gets a bit choppy at points. Peering down off the edge, Gabriella, your passive perception is probably the only one that's good enough to spot it. You see the familiar like bronze hue moving through the water, catching the glimmer of the light as Zelitharn is definitely distracting whoever's down in that lower submarine, that submersible. I don't believe he was ever given any specific instruction to damage anything, but he's just trying to like draw attention, look at me, like, you know, bumping into stuff, but not like clawing windows out or like, you know, he's not attacking it. But yeah, he's definitely drawing attention to the best of his ability.
It's just being a dragon in the water.
Mm-hmm. You guys find yourselves at the end of a rope ladder that's like thrown down to you, and you climb your way up to the main kind of like hold that main deck of the eye catcher itself.
Hey, thanks, mate.
No worries, they're gonna go back to shore and get Zor when he comes back. Good luck.
Hey, thanks.
Hope it's
Good luck.
boring.
Has to be done, and then she'll climb up.
Yep. The dock that you're on, the deck that you're on, you immediately realize is occupied. There are
Oh fuck.
So yeah, so you'd see there are a couple of crew here. There's 4 crew on the deck. One of them appears to be a kind of like actual kind of like mate, kind of a bit more in charge. The other ones are just general sailors. Hope Rob has completely dropped. I'll quickly add a button to absorb ourselves. Actually, let's take a little break and then we can come back and see what's what. So we'll be right back.